Hi, I'm Mark Posner from the Cypress College Public Information Office. Welcome to this edition of the At Cypress channel.
Please be seated. Good morning again, and it's so good of you to be here with all of us. Welcome to the investiture ceremony of Dr. Robert Simpson. I'm Ned Doffoney, the Chancellor of the North Orange County Community College District, and I'm pleased to join you this morning along with leaders from Cypress College to welcome Dr. Simpson to the presidency. I would like to take a few moments to introduce our distinguished guests sitting on stage. First, Gary Zager, Academic Senate President at Cypress College. Rod Lush, Classified Senate President. Robert Parler, Associated Students President. Dr. Barbara Dunsheath, Trustee. Darren Drabing, Forest Lawn Memorial Parks and Mortuaries President and CEO. Donna Miller, Board, no, that's not, who said that? Board Vice President, where are you? I wrote this. Certainly Dr. Robert Simpson, the Cypress College President. Molly McClanahan, Board President. Leonard Lattinen, Trustee. Allie McCaskill, a student trustee here at Cypress. In a moment, you will hear from Christy Davis, Student Services Specialist. I would now like to invite the Military Color Guard, all of whom are Cypress College students representing the Army, Navy, and Marines, to present the colors, as well as Christy Davis, who will sing our national anthem. Colors. Post colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the pale that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Color Guard, and Christy for a beautiful rendition of our national anthem. I would now like to invite Mr. Darren Drabing to the podium to present this morning's invocation.
Please join me in prayer as we ask for God's blessing. As we stand before you this morning, please grant us your grace to those in this room and those on this campus who have dedicated their lives and careers to helping their fellow man. Please look with favor upon the North Orange County Community College District, its administration, and those individuals who act as trustees as they lay the foundation of policies and guidelines that shape these wonderful institutions of higher learning. We ask your blessing on our faculty as they continue to share the wisdom of their learned minds, the value of their years of accumulated experiences, and lessons that they have learned at the expense of their own mistakes. We ask your blessing on the students, that they find the motivation to invest in themselves, the determination to continue to grow, and the sheer will to make the most of their God-given talents. We ask your blessing this morning on our new president of Cypress College, that he may continue to rely on the courage of his convictions, the strength of his character, and his moral compass to guide Cypress College and those who rely on it for their future. Please, God, grant to all those involved in every facet of education the clarity of thought and the courage to act, the strength to do what may not be popular, but without question is right in your eyes. Continue to give them the wisdom to guide one another down life's path and the patience to work together when adversity strikes and differences arise. And above all, teach us to act with love for one another. This I pray in God's name. Amen.
Thank you, Darren. At this time, I'd like to introduce distinguished audience members. Please be seated. They didn't write that down, but you guys are standing there like, come on. We have an extraordinary representation from our community today, and we thank you for being here. We'd first like to introduce Ronnie Geyer, Senior Field Representative for Assemblymember Jim Silver. Ronnie, would you come and make your presentation now, please?
It is an honor and a pleasure to be here today representing California State Assemblyman Jim Silva, an educated man and a man of education, a high school teacher who made a difference in a lot of people's lives, understands the value of educating people to be all that they already are in God's eyes and all that they can be while here on the planet Earth, which is, I'm sure, the stated mission of Cypress College, and has been an enduring one throughout all presidencies, and as I may speak candidly as a veteran of the first major battles for freedom in the Vietnam War, a campus that is dedicated to honoring and serving those who have served selflessly the purpose of freedom in people's lives around the world. Your Veterans Center is a sterling reflection of the love that this college has for all people in the community, but I'd like to applaud you specifically for America's freedom-fighting veterans, so well done. direct honor for me able to say that today here presently with all of you. On behalf of the people of the state of California and Assemblyman Jim Silva of the 67th Assembly District, this district, I would like to present this beautiful certificate of recognition from the California State Assembly on behalf of the people of California, honoring this investiture event and applauding again the direct purpose of the college, which is to assist and help people be all that they already are in God's eyes and all that they can be while here on the planet Earth, so they can reach out lovingly to others and make this a brighter world for all, filled with love, joy, and completeness. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
We are so fortunate today to have from the City of Cypress, Council Member Leroy Mills. From the City of Stanton, Al Ethans, Council Member. From the Buena Park Historical Society, Art Brown. We're fortunate to have Sandy McCarthy, President of Cypress College Foundation. And Michael Cooper, past President of the Cypress College Foundation and representing Disneyland. We are fortunate to have former Cypress Mayor Walt Bowman. Where are you, Walt? There you are. And this ceremony could not have happened had we not had the legacy of Marjorie Lewis. Marge, where are you? Former Cypress College President Marjorie Lewis. We're also fortunate to have this morning with us representatives from our district office, Jeff Horsley, the Vice Chancellor of Human Resources. Jeff? Fred Williams, our Vice Chancellor of Finance and Facilities. Fred? My right arm, Violet Ion, Executive Administrative Aide to the Chancellor. The person with whom I've come to rely on, particularly in the past year, beyond her assignment, certainly beyond expectations, who did a terrific job with accreditation and master planning, Deborah Ludford. Deborah's official title is District Director of Information Services. Kenneth Robinson, our District Director of Equity and Diversity. And my writing brain, Kai Stearns Moore, District Director of Public and Governmental Affairs. Kai. I am sure during the course of these introductions I've missed someone or someone's coming late. If you can, would you please rise and we'll acknowledge your presence as well. But nonetheless, please. We've never done. Gary Schultz is our provost. Who's Gary? See? Greg Schultz is our provost for the School of Continuing Education. You know, Greg, this is the second time this morning we've done that. Greg Schultz is just an extraordinary joy to have in the School of Continuing Education. Thank you for being here, Greg. Anyone else we have overlooked? Again, thank you. Dr. Simpson will introduce members of his family who are here with us today later in the ceremony. This is indeed a remarkable day in the life of Cypress College as we welcome Dr. Robert Simpson as president with the college's first investiture ceremony. At its most basic, an investiture is a ceremonial transfer of the symbols of an office but I think it's also an opportunity to reflect on how important an incumbent demonstrates compatibility with the organization he is to serve. Dr. Simpson has been involved with community college education for more than 25 years. And I'm sure most of you are familiar with his trajectory from faculty to dean to executive vice president. He is what we call a seasoned professional with a little pepper to add some spice to the whole thing. He perfectly displays the 4 core values on which Cypress College is founded and operates: excellence, integrity, collegiality, and inclusiveness. And to those characteristics, I would like to add a distinguished sense of clarity and purposefulness, as well as a tremendous capability for caring and support that will serve him well in his leadership role as Cypress College president. Bob, the board and I thank you. Thank you for taking on this solemn charge and wish you well in the execution of your duties. I would now like to ask Board of Trustees President Molly McClanahan to the podium to help me present the Presidential Medallion and charge to Dr. Simpson.
Dr. Simpson, would you please join me at the podium? I am pleased that you could all join us today for this historic occasion. The values of Cypress College have been kept in the forefront of every staff and faculty member by each former president, from Daniel Walker to Michael Kassler. Each of them became leaders in Orange County and pace setters in community college education, putting a unique stamp on this institution and transforming us in the process. Dr. Simpson, the Board of Trustees has selected you as president of Cypress College. It is a privilege to have you as our leader. You have the opportunity to transform this college. It is our hope that you will rise to the responsibility, and we pledge that we will help you to the full extent of our abilities. Dr. Simpson, we now, with the authority of the Board of Trustees, place over your head the Great Seal of the Cypress College, the symbol of the high office which you now hold. It's kind of heavy. There.
Thank you so much. Board President Molly McClanahan, Chancellor Ned Doffoney, family members and friends, honored guests and representatives of the community, I thank you for this ceremony and for the opportunity you have given me to lead Cypress College. I know that we share an appreciation for the purpose of community college education as a key to the economic and civic vitality of this state and of our great nation. It is a privilege to stand before you as the 11th president of Cypress College. I am sincerely grateful to all who have succeeded me in this position and to all of the former and current members of the Cypress College community, excuse me,
who have established the high standards of excellence, integrity, collegiality, and inclusiveness for which this college is known. It is an honor indeed to stand before you and to know that I will have the opportunity to work with the outstanding team we have at Cypress College in service to our students and to our community. Before I begin my formal remarks, may I introduce to you some very special people in my life. First, lifelong friends, Marcia Weiss and Bruce Biedron, thank you so much for being here. A person without doubt who has known me more years than anybody in this room, our own trustee and my very dear friend, Donna Miller. Thank you so much. We have with us our niece, Megan Reeves, a Cypress College graduate. Also here today, my beautiful wife, Denise. Alan, our son from Oregon. Our Idaho daughter, Becky. And our two local girls, Kirsten and Erica. Thank you so much for being here. Alan, Becky, and Kirsten have all earned their college degrees, and Erica is working currently on her college degree at Cypress College. Having you all here today means more to me than I can say. As you can imagine, I have had occasion recently to reflect upon my personal beliefs and understanding of the great purpose of public education in general and of community college education in particular as I engage in the process that led to my selection as president here at Cypress College. It is a very personal matter for me, for I would not be who I am as a person or where I am in life, but for the availability over the course of my life of public schools. My first exposure to formal education occurred on the first day of my older brother's kindergarten class. Pushing a stroller containing my baby sister, my mother walked my older brother, myself, my younger brother, and my sister to the first day kindergarten welcome festivities. I immediately became immersed in the activities intended for my brother and the other first day kindergartners. Building blocks, Lincoln logs, finger paints, and the like. My brother, on the other hand, stayed very close to my mother's side. As the time came for families to leave, my brother began to cry to go home with my mother, and I, in contrast, cried to stay. From that day, education represented to me an environment of escape, wonder, learning, exploring, competing, and growing as a person, and from those early days, education has held an allure to which I was drawn. I developed as a child an abiding love of education that I carry to this day. My belief and philosophy of education is predominantly informed by my own personal experiences and the recognition of the impact education has had on my own life. Our system of education does not exist in a vacuum, but is interwoven into the fabric of our personal and civic lives. Education serves both individual and societal purposes. As articulated by Martin Luther King Jr., those purposes are fundamentally twofold. Education teaches us to think critically and analytically, to be more effective and efficient, to achieve with increasing facility the legitimate goals of life. Education also imparts the values, ethics, and morals necessary for the effective and appropriate application of the skills and knowledge acquired by the individual through engagement in the educational process. I believe that education must nurture the development of intellectual capacity, imparting the ability to think and to reason without determining what we think or restricting the outcome of that reasoning. I believe education must impart the skills necessary for successful participation in the economic life of the community without predetermining for the individual his or her place in that community. I believe education must provide a forum for the discussion of those high ideals necessary for the propagation of a fully functioning and effective society, with an emphasis upon society's needs rather than upon the individual's desires. I believe that education serves as an antidote to the baseless biases and prejudices that continue to permeate our society. Education is a great equalizer, for the pursuit of knowledge, enrichment, and enlightenment knows no class. I believe that Plato's maxim, "Only he who joins the study of the Muses with the gymnastic arts in the fairest proportions may rightly be called the truly educated man," holds true. Though it is necessary that we educate the mind, it is also necessary that we educate the body with appropriate proportions of study of the fine and physical arts. I would add that we must also educate the spirit in the pursuit of understanding and respect for a calling greater than ourselves. Fundamental to the desired individual and societal outcomes of our system of education, and in particular to the appropriate place of the community colleges within that larger system, is the issue of access. Who gets to pursue the higher purpose for which education is designed, be it personal, academic, vocational, or avocational? If we are to live up to the principle adopted by the state of California in 1960, established and codified in the Master Plan for Higher Education, that we will provide opportunities for higher education to all who can benefit from instruction, the community colleges are an essential component. We cannot achieve the lofty goal of universal access to higher education without a fully supported and fully funded system of community colleges. We are truly the people's college. During my 26-year tenure as an employee of the community colleges, as both a teacher and as an administrator, I have seen the power of education demonstrated in the lives of our students time and time again. I have seen students who begin shackled with self-doubt and low self-esteem, but also possessed of a small spark of hope, rise to the level of Student of the Year and graduation speaker. I have seen students come to us at the end of their hopes as a last resort, and who have subsequently successfully turned their lives around. I have seen time and time again students who begin their studies with little direction and with no particular goal, whose lives have been irrevocably changed for the better because of the interaction of a caring teacher, a caring counselor, or a caring staff member. And in my experience, there is nothing more satisfying than knowing that one student at a time, we have been successful in providing for their needs as they pursue their aspirations. My charge, our charge, is of the highest importance, that of providing the expertise, the guidance, and the support that our students need to attain their educational objectives. And by so doing, we demonstrate our commitment to the trust placed in us by those who have given to us this extraordinary opportunity. I thank you, and I look forward to working together with you to meet the challenges that lie ahead. Thank you all.
Dr. Robert Simpson, President, Cypress College. Thank you all for attending this morning's investiture ceremony. We now invite you to join us in the theater lobby for lunch. Again, Dr. Robert Simpson, the President of the College.